Hey guys, it's Esteban with AuDHDer again. Just doing a video in the car as I take my wife to do some errands and get some stuff done. And I get to sit here in the parking lot because I don't want to sit amongst other people waiting for my wife to finish. So that's one of the different things that I get to do to de-escalate my anxiety as an AuDHD person. Interestingly enough, after getting diagnosed and starting to unmask and give myself some opportunity to understand what affects me and what doesn't, I've come up with a lot of different strategies to keep myself from getting anxiety at public places that are just random. And some of those things are kind of weird, but I'm sure other people do it. For instance, if I'm in a crowded mall or a restaurant that's getting too loud, or a venue that is just way too crowded, like a fair or carnival, I'll go to the bathroom and sit in the stall for a good 5 to 10 minutes to kind of debrief, assuming that the smells are not overwhelming or the sounds are not as overwhelming in there. But usually it does the trick, and I'm able to kind of reset enough to go on and be around the crowd. Another good thing is to bring some earbuds. I usually carry a set of wired earbuds because for some reason Bluetooth earbuds have some little low-grade buzzing that I can hear, and it becomes annoying. But in a pinch I'll use those too. So these are a lot of different self-accommodations that I have for myself, and I'm curious as to some of yours. This video is not scripted, by the way, so I do apologize for the randomness. I know that usually I'm more precise about what I talk about. Another thing that gets me through having to be in public is a incentive goal. So for instance, me being here in the city with my wife and running errands and taking care of things with her, the incentive is going to get Indian food, which I absolutely love. And so that goal in my mind distracts me enough to where I can tolerate even more of the craziness of the city without melting down or shutting down. I kind of wish I had these accommodations thought of before I was diagnosed, because they would have helped quite a bit. I did do some of these things before I was diagnosed just because it would make me feel more comfortable, but never did I know that it was actually improving my mental health to the point that it really is, and allowing me to continue functioning in public in a more efficient way. The funny part is that when I am out in public, it's very easy for me to put my mask on, one of the many masks, and camouflage as a neurotypical. But like I said before, as I've gotten older, that fuse, or the ability to sustain that mask, has diminished. And although I like being unmasked and being myself, sometimes it's much easier to be able to turn on the mask that's appropriate and necessary to easily communicate or to get along or to interact with the neurotypical people in the neurotypical world. And I know that it really does save some anxiety and frustration on my part and others. So I am grateful that I can still mask when I need to. But I'm also grateful that I can sit here in the shade in my parked car while my wife is taking care of some business, running errands, and getting her nails done. Like I said earlier, I'm curious as to what you guys do to accommodate yourselves when you're out and about in crowds or amongst the public. Go ahead and comment down below if you'd like. I'll talk to you later. Take care.